everyone! Welcome to day 4 of Spring Fever, where I am doing a new 5-minute review every weekday for the first 2 weeks of spring. And today I am very excited because I am talking about the brand new Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette by Too Faced. This is literally brand new. It came out on March 17th. We ordered it 5 o'clock in the morning. My fiance ordered this and a bunch of other stuff from the collection, which I will be talking about in future videos, but I wanted to talk about this one today because this is the most exciting to me, I think. It's so exciting. So this is what the box looks like. Kind of standard for Too Faced, really pretty ombre look on there, and it just screams summer. And this is what the palette looks like. Once again, the same kind of ombre colors there. It says sweet peach right there, and then it has sort of peach imprints on it, which is really fun. Unfortunately, the pans are not shaped like peaches, but that's okay. I don't think you'd get as much product if they were. So real standard, typical packaging for all of the Too Faced eyeshadow palettes, which is nice. Then we open it up, and all of these beautiful colors. So I'll give you a quick shot here of the mirror. It just is your standard, once again, what they usually put in the Too Faced palettes. Says Sweet Peach on there. Really good sized mirror, good for doing things. It doesn't stay up on its own, which is kind of annoying, but you learn to live with it. So the first thing that I noticed about this palette is that unlike the other Too Faced eyeshadow palettes, this one actually has 18 shades. The other ones always have 16 shades, and 2 of the shades are in bigger pans. So it would be as if you were to combine these 2 here and it was one shadow. And usually those are the lighter highlight shades, like the more popular shades that you would use on your brow bone or inner corner or something like that. They don't have that in this palette, which I think is fine. I feel like this palette is more of your sort of creative, colorful, maybe seasonal palette. Obviously, these colors are perfect for spring and summer. They're very bright and warm and fun. I do feel like this has a lot more variety of color than the other palettes. Those are more neutral palettes with sort of leaning towards certain things like cooler or more pinks or more purples or warmer, you know what I mean? But this one is just a lot of colors, and there are some good neutral shadows in here too. I think because they had those 2 additional colors to play with, they really were able to give you quite a variety of shades, and it's super fun for me. So I have to address the smell, of course. It is scented like peaches, or it is supposed to be scented like peaches. If I'm being honest with you guys, I personally don't like the scent. It's not my favorite scent, and it's very, very strong. And as soon as you open the palette, you can smell it. And it was kind of cool, you know, because I was curious. I was like, is it really going to smell like peaches? And it definitely does. It's a little bit artificial, and it's just not as comforting as chocolate. The chocolate bar palettes and the bronzers and stuff are super, I don't know, soothing and comforting, and maybe it's just because I love chocolate and I find that very like soothing and very nice to smell all the time. This, I don't feel quite the same way about this scent. I'm just not as much of a fan of this scent as I am of the chocolate scent that they use. The formula of these shadows is on par with Too Faced, very smooth, very blendable, if not more so than the other palettes. I feel like they just keep improving and keep getting better, so definitely impressed with the formula of these shadows. So now I'm just going to go through quickly each row of colors and kind of break down the colors and show you up close swatches. So the first shade in the lineup is Peaches and Cream, and that is one of the 4 true matte shades in this palette. It is a very light peach color, so Peaches and Cream is the perfect name for that one. Then we have Nectar, which is also named perfectly. It is your light yellow gold and very shimmery. And then you have White Peach, which is your off-white sort of classic brow bone highlight, but it is a satin finish, so it does reflect the light a little bit more than a matte shadow would. Next we have Georgia, another true matte, a little bit darker. Then we have Cobbler, which is your very shimmery, coppery brown. And Luscious, which is a beautiful, lighter, almost taupey, shimmery brown. Then we have Caramelized, which is another shimmery shade. It is more bronzy brown. Then we have Candied Peach that looks like a matte coral shade, and it actually has pieces of gold glitter in it that didn't really show up on camera, but they do show up on the skin. And Just Peachy is a light peachy pink with a gold duochrome to it and very shimmery. Then you have Puree, which is your matte brown. It is fairly neutral, leaning on the warm side. Bellini is a shimmery coral and gold duochrome. And Bless Her Heart is sort of a combination of a sage green shade and a gold shade combined, and that's a shimmer as well. Next we have Summer Yum, which is the last true matte shade in this palette, a very warm orangey brown. Peach Pit, which is your dark reddish brown shimmer. And Tempting is your super intense, super pigmented charcoal black shade with a touch of shimmer in it. The next shade, Talk Derby to Me, is probably my least favorite in the palette. It has a matte black base with purple glitter in it. Then we have Delectable that looks like a matte in this swatch, but it's actually more of a pearlized finish. It does have quite a bit of shimmer in it, and that is sort of a reddish purple. And the last shade is called Charmed, I'm sure. That one looks like a matte brown in the pan, but it actually has a satin finish, and it's probably the coolest tone shadow in the palette as well. I also wanted to make a note of a couple of shades that seem really similar in the palette that are not as similar as they seem. Just Peachy and Bellini I thought were really close to each other, so I swatched them next to each other, and you can see that Bellini has a lot more gold and Just Peachy has more of that pink undertone to it. I also swatched Tempting and Talk Derby to Me next to each other, and you can see the Tempting has way more pigment to it for one thing, and it's just more intense, and Talk Derby to Me is a lot softer black with the purple glitter being more prominent. And then I swatched Cobbler and Caramelized next to each other just because they were both kind of shimmery browns and they seem similar to me, but you can see in the swatches that they are pretty different. I think this palette is absolutely wonderful. I think it's going to be super fun for spring and summer. I'm so excited. I'm so glad I got it. Like I said earlier in the video, I did pick up some other products from their new launch. I also picked up an extra Sweet Peach palette for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So when I reach 1,000 subscribers, this will be part of the giveaway that I do. So if you're not subscribed, make sure that you do that and tell your friends because you guys could win one of these. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye!